Hello everyone, and welcome to my CBS Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Liam's furious admission to Steffy, a new cause for conflict between ex-partners? According to spoilers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy Forrester Finnegan will never get over Hope Logan Spencer breaking up all of Forrester Creations' plans. Hope and Steffy should eventually have a heated argument, but Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, might save his wife. Liam is clearly very protective of Hope, especially after discovering her unconscious after her altercation with Brooke Logan Forrester. Hope already feels awful about her broken relationship with Brooke, so the last thing she needs is more stress. Since he doesn't believe Hope has anything to feel bad about, Liam won't want Steffy to contribute to her guilt trip. Liam may be able to save Hope from Steffy's impending outburst by acting as her hero. In the end, Steffy might corner Hope and launch a barrage of insults and charges, but Liam might intervene to stop her. Liam might go to Hope's rescue and demand that Steffy place the blame on him rather than someone else. This could be a great opportunity for Liam to say that Hope's departure from Forrester Creations was his idea. Fans of B&B will remember that Liam was the one who encouraged Hope to give up hope for the future in order to start something fresh and innovative at Logan. Liam thought Hope should join Katie Logan Spencer's fashion house so she could get all the help she needed to succeed because he was tired of her line being in limbo at Forrester all the time. Steffy's anger toward Hope won't go away overnight, of course, but Liam's admission might make her more enraged with him and the Spencers in general. Even if Kelly Spencer, Steffy's daughter, is one of them, it's obvious that Spencer is turning into a derogatory term in Forrester territory. In any case, Liam may attempt to absolve Hope of some of the blame because his primary responsibility these days is to be her strongest supporter. Steffy's next outburst can occur if Liam reveals that he is the reason Hope by Logan even occurred. Hide your husbands, Sheila Carter is on the hunt. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Sheila Carter is single and prepared to socialize once more following her formal divorce from Deacon Sharp. But is the dating scene in Los Angeles truly prepared for the rehabilitated villain? See which unfortunate man Sheila targets next by continuing to read. Over the years, Sheila Carter has struggled mightily to find a man on The Bold and the Beautiful. After all the harm Sheila had caused to characters on the soap opera over the years, Deacon Sharp was actually the only one who was insane enough to wed her. However, he made it through both the marriage and the divorce, so perhaps Sheila has truly changed. Sheila Carter has another ex-husband on Bold and Beautiful, as longtime viewers are aware. She actually had a 2-year marriage to him. Eric Forrester married Sheila after falling in love with her in 1993. The couple split in 1995 after he discovered that she was a scam artist who was fixated on his well-known family. Sheila Carter's other ex-husband may soon be available again, according to teasers for Bold and Beautiful. After Donna Logan withheld Katie and Hope's secret from Eric Forrester, their marriage is in jeopardy. When it comes to his family company, Eric can no longer trust his wife, which will cause issues for the pair. Could Eric truly get back in touch with Sheila if Donna and he broke up? She is keen to win back Steffy Forrester's favor. Perhaps Steffy will allow Sheila to visit her son Hayes if Eric Forrester co-signs with her and starts hanging out with her. Is it possible that Sheila and Eric will reconcile? Is he no longer married to Donna Logan? Will reaches his lowest point, Eric bans him, and Steffy is stunned by Finn's Sheila plea. A recap of The Bold and the Beautiful is available for Friday, July 17, 2026. Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, is an inebriated disaster in today's episode. Steffy Forrester Finnegan responds to John Finn Finnegan's plea concerning Sheila Carter in the meanwhile. Discover all the information by continuing to read. Electra Forrester is instructed by Eric Forrester to remove Will. He ought never to return. Will contends that Eric is ignorant. Will is told to leave by Electra, who takes Eric's side. Electra then sobs as she leans against Eric's shoulder. Will is told by Eric to leave immediately and never come back. Eric is sad that Electra finds this so difficult. She ought to stop wasting time on Will. The business is currently experiencing a crisis. Eric disputes Electra's assertion that Will is the one. They discuss her grandfather. Elektra assures Eric that her top concerns are her family and company. She is reminded by Eric that Will is not welcome. Elektra concurs. Will visits the bikini bar. Jessica presses Melissa Dillon for information regarding Will in the interim. Jessica will make a play on her own if Dillon doesn't lock him down. Will is sitting by the fire, despondent. When Dillon asks how Will is doing, Will responds that he wants a drink and some privacy. A woman sits next to Will and begins discussing her double-jointedness. He is invited to go swan boating by her. Even though her name is Shelley, Will purposefully refers to her as Sharon as he passes. Dillon goes back to Will and begs him to talk. Will claims that Eric had Elektra expel him. Dillon says Elektra didn't stand up for him. Dillon announces that it's closing time after Will has had a few beers. Will is unable to drive and cannot even walk. Will says he can walk home, but Dillon offers to take him. Will tries calling Elektra while intoxicated, but no one picks up. Will swears to love her forever. Elektra answers the phone at that same moment, but Will has already left. Separately, they gaze at the moon. Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, calls Finn at the Cliff House. The woman tells him to speak with Steffy. Speaking of the devil, Steffy appears at that same moment. He learns of Daphne Rose Walton's condition via Steffy. They discuss being parents and eggs. Steffy is reminded by Finn of how amazing adoption is. Finn says Sheila stopped by to pay him a visit. Steffy almost chokes. Finn believes Sheila has shown her worth. Sheila will always pose a threat, but Steffy is aware that Finn is tempted. Sheila is pursuing the kids. Finn wants to think his biological mother, Steffy knows, but it's not safe. Sheila has changed, according to Finn, because of Deacon Sharp. Finn is reminded by Steffy that Sheila no longer has Deacon. They are unable to let her in. She looks at a picture of Finn at Sheila's house. She touches the picture. A family is all she desires. To see what happens next, don't forget to continue watching the soap opera on CBS or Paramount+. Carter is devastated by the news of the baby. Will he remain with Daphne? Daphne Rose received the news that no woman over 40 who is trying to conceive wants to hear this week on The Bold and the Beautiful. She will now have to tell her husband, Carter Walton, the news. Since the day he and Daphne exchanged vows, Carter has had baby fever. Is Daphne's infertility a deal-breaker? Find out what's going to happen next by continuing to read. Due to her difficulties becoming pregnant, Daphne Rose scheduled a visit with a physician. However, Lee Finnegan had bad news. Lee claims that Daphne's ovaries are no longer generating eggs and that she has already entered the early stages of menopause. Daphne and Carter Walton are not going to conceive naturally. Although we are not medical experts, it appears that the newlyweds have 3 choices. They can use IVF, but Daphne will have to receive the eggs from another woman. Carter and Daphne will still require a female donor even if they are able to locate a surrogate. Alternatively, they could give up and choose adoption. Since his and Daphne's honeymoon, Carter Walton has been talking about nurseries and baby names. Carter will be crushed when his wife informs him that the doctor has told her she cannot conceive. Since saying I do, the couple's main goal has been to become pregnant and have a child. Spoilers indicate that Daphne's infertility issues will begin to seriously strain their relationship. When Carter finds out they won't be having a child, do you think he will become disinterested in Daphne? Or will he always be there for her? Steffy tells Finn to forget Sheila when Will gets wasted at Bikini. Elektra is prompted by Eric to tell Will to go and never return. He maintains that she has nothing else to say. Will claims to be ignorant and instructs Elektra to correct Eric. She tells Will, "You should go," and then sobs into Eric's chest. Will is told by Eric to leave and never return. Will shuffles out gently. Eric apologizes to Elektra for how difficult this is for her, but he advises her not to waste time with Will, particularly during the company's predicament. Will is the one, according to Elektra, who adores him. According to Eric, he isn't. She is certain that her presence with Grandpa John would make him happy. He is undoubtedly looking down on them at the moment, according to Eric. Electra tells him that her sole priorities are her family and her firm. He reminds her that Will has no place. Yes, sir, she replies. Jessica approaches Dylan for information about Will and threatens to make a play for him herself if she doesn't lock him down right away. Shelley joins them to discuss her most recent outstanding postings. Will mopes by the fire while everyone looks at him. When Dylan approaches him, he acknowledges that he's not feeling well. He needs to be left alone and have a beer. Shortly after, Shelley asks to go swan boating and sits with him to gloat about being double-jointed. He says, "I think I'm okay, Sharon, was it?" She leaves Captain Cranky alone after he makes it apparent that he is not interested. Jessica keeps encouraging Dylan to approach him. Dylan goes back to Will and begs him to speak with her. He clarifies that because he is a Spencer, Eric forced Electra to expel him. All of this is terrible and incredibly foolish. Dylan notes that Electra did not defend him or their partnership. Dylan informs him that it's closing time and he can't drive once he swallows his 5th beer. He claims he can walk when she offers to take him home. When he attempts to call Electra, she doesn't pick up. Even if she seems as far away as the moon, he claims that she will always be in his heart. He will always adore her, even if her family is correct. She picks up as he hangs up and declares that she also loves him. He has already left. As the owls hoot, they both gaze at the moon. Sheila calls Finn when he comes in from a swim to remind him that he needs to talk to his wife. As he hangs off the phone, Steffy shows up. They need to talk about something, but first he wants to make sure everything is alright. She tells him about Daphne's menopause. Steffy is sorry. They talk about parenting and eggs. He reminds her that adoption may be fantastic. When he says Sheila visited him, his wife almost passes out. He believes it's time for them to think about allowing her into their lives, and she believes she has proven herself. Even though his wife is aware of his temptation, she still believes Sheila poses a threat. She is certain that Sheila is deceiving them in order to pursue their kids. Although it's unsafe, Steffy is aware that he wants to think she is his birth mother. He is certain that she has changed. True love has changed Sheila. Sheila no longer has Deacon to control her, according to Steffy. They are unable to let her in at all. Sheila claims she can't lose Finn after losing so much else after glancing at a photo of him. She caresses the image, wanting to be a part of it. A lovely small family is all she desires. Logan is attempting to steal the show. It's theft. The fashion press is informed by Eric. Will responds, "Don't talk about my mother that way. I do what I want, to hell with that old man." Will says, "Elderly man? Old man, who are you calling?" As he and Will begin to fight, RJ asks, "Does Steffy give a damn about Finn's emotions?" Finn went for a swim at the beach at the Cliff House after getting home from work. After speaking with Sheila, Kimberlyn Brown, who argued for acceptance into their family, he needed to get his thoughts straight. Finn and his mother have acknowledged the changes. In addition, he nicknamed her mom and pardoned her. Finn assured Sheila that he would speak up for her on his behalf. However, he was aware of what Steffy would say. She is difficult to persuade to change her viewpoint. When Steffy got home, she told Finn about Daphne's tragic circumstances. Finn also had some difficult news to share. Sheila dropped by, he informed Steffy. Fearing that Sheila might be at their home, Steffy panicked. Finn clarified that Sheila has demonstrated her abilities. She suffered as a result of Deacon's adultery and divorce. However, she demonstrated that she has improved. Steffy was curious about his conversation with Sheila. Finn stated that he believed it was time for them to think about letting Sheila into their lives. He thought that everyone would benefit from Sheila's trust. Finn's suggestion was rejected by Steffy, who said she would never trust Sheila. She contended that he was unable to grant Sheila access to their children. Steffy seemed to want to put an end to the discussion. Steffy insisted that Finn keep Sheila out of their life. She doesn't feel secure in her presence. When she hears Sheila's name, she gets uneasy. Finn made his argument. He asserted that he had witnessed her transformation. He saw that Sheila was at ease and thought that no one had ever shown Sheila the kind of love she required. Steffy contended that Sheila became even more dangerous as a result. They couldn't let Sheila in, she said, shutting Finn down. She hugged Finn and quickly stopped talking. Steffy demonstrated her disregard for Finn's feelings at that very moment. What is Finn going to do next? Will he still maintain his relationship with his mother in secret from his wife?